Hello, everyone. Edward Zula here, spiritual medium, metaphysical teacher, student of the universe. I wanted to do this video today in response to questions I've received over the past few years and recently about why children cross over. There is no greater pain, I don't believe, than losing a child. I certainly can't imagine it. And especially when the child is, appears to be thriving, and after several weeks or a month or 2 months, and then suddenly something happens. So I do get a lot of questions about sudden infant death syndrome, otherwise known as SIDS. What I will share with you today really depends on your accepting the concept that as souls, we make contracts when we are in the spirit world. Contracts about what lessons we are to learn in a particular life, or the role we are to play in other people's lessons in a particular life. They're not always just about our own lessons. And a lot of people forget that we impact a lot of people in our lives, and sometimes the lessons that we are here to work on are really for the benefit of someone else's growth. Spiritual growth. So in the work, I have come across 3 different reasons. There might be more. I haven't been, I don't want to say exposed, but I haven't heard about them. The ones that I am going to talk about today, I have also discussed with other people who are intuitive and work as mediums in other parts of the country and around the world. The first, which I don't want to say, they're not in any order at all. The first one is a realization on the spirit level of that child that basically, oops, something has changed in the situation that I was born into. And my purpose for fulfilling or working on a particular life lesson is not going to be present. It may be because of free will on the part of other beings, other spirits, in human form, but free will is often the reason that something happens, or an accident or something, but it almost always involves free will that could happen very far out. Something that's going to affect years into the future, where this spirit is supposed to be making a change in 20 years or 30 years. And something has happened in the current moment that has changed circumstances so that will not be possible. In that situation, the spirit essentially retreats, goes back into the spirit world, and leaves its physical form. That is one reason. Something has changed, and that infant, toddler, what have you, recognizes it on a spiritual level, that consciousness level, and knows it has to leave. That is very often the case with sudden infant death syndrome. Almost every, I won't say every, but almost every instance of sudden infant death syndrome that I have had some work dealt with or have consoled family members on, that has been the case. It has been, oops, something changed here, and I need to go find, I'm being called back because I need to find another lifetime that will be right for doing what I need to do. The second thing that I have heard is that something has happened in another level of consciousness, again because of free will, or maybe not, but probably because of free will on the human plane, where that spirit in that child is called back because it's needed elsewhere. Because instead of an opportunity to learn one lifetime here, learn one life lesson here in this lifetime, or 2 or 3 or 10, another life is opening up where that spirit may learn many more lessons, but also may be affecting many, many more people in that new life that it goes to. Now, I want to be really clear about this. It's only children over the age of 4 that I've actually heard from. And in other cases, I've heard from intermediaries, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, family members of other people, of relatives of the deceased, that have explained that the spirit has moved on. The spirit has gone on to do other work very, very quickly. And that often happens because when people will come and say, I want to get in touch with my baby or my little one, they very, very likely, in many cases, have already moved on to the correction, for lack of a better term, to the, I'm needed elsewhere. So let's categorize these very simply as, oops, something changed, and I have to go. Oops, I'm needed elsewhere, and they leave. The third makes a little bit more sense to a lot of people, which is that the purpose of them being on the planet in the first place, coming into physical form in the first place, was so that they would leave and something miraculous would happen as a result of their leaving, and would change humankind, would change the way we think about things or do things. Or the best example I can give, it's not a hard and fast example, is that, a child will die of something, and because of that, a law gets changed that saves many other children from dying, whether it's about a car seat or about swimming pool safety or about crib safety or whatever it is. It may just be about a law getting changed to save other lives, a foundation or a charity that gets formed that transforms the lives of not only many other children, but their families, because this charity is formed in memory of the child that has crossed over. In perpetuity, this child's leaving will continue to affect people because of the creation of that charity, or raising awareness, or the new law that gets created, or people that meet, new synergy that gets created on the planet, new collective consciousness that gets created because this child has gone. It is never for no reason. It is never senseless. It is impossible to grasp, horrible to deal with, and sometimes the guilt is unbearable, but I'm telling you, it is never without a reason. But you have to understand and believe that it doesn't have anything to do with what we are supposed to understand here in this realm. It's about their contracts when they came into the life. I do hope that this has answered some questions. I do hope that this is of comfort to some of you. I'm thinking of many of you who have come to me right now. I'm not going to give names, but have come to me that have special angels on the other side, little ones. I'm just reflecting on how many of you have come into my office with stuffed animals and blankets and baby toys and embroidered pillows, and I love you. I want you to know that you are loved and you are appreciated. And whatever the case may be, there was a purpose. And I think it's really important for us to find meaning and comfort. The people that create charities and stand up in front of, Congress and talk about new laws because of a child's death. We have Amber Alerts and things like that because of kidnappings. We have, the list is endless. Whether it's health related or whether it's related to safety, or sometimes that's where you find your meaning, is by doing something to raise awareness. And other times, we just have to know that it was not without purpose. I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you all have a very peaceful day. And if you have any questions about this video or anything, or you want to share your comments, please do below. And stay safe, wash your hands, keep your social distance, wear your mask until we're told we don't have to any longer. And be well.